And you guys are on.
Oh, we're live. We were discussing microphone options as we were.
Sorry, I gave you the fair warning.
No, you did. That was an us thing. We were trying to figure out how to hide the wires, and I got camo shirt
He's
here.
cheating.
So
He's got a black shirt on.
good morning, everybody. We have a special edition and a special guest. So General Manager Tony Smith here with us today, and we are going to announce the finalists for the Aces Awards. We spent the last. Was it last week? Better part of that week working on interviews, reading over bios, things like that. It was quite the experience.
Very great experience. And, you summed it up one morning. You said, man, I'm tired. And I'm like, I had went to bed the night before. I fell asleep in front of the TV. I don't normally do that. And I couldn't figure out why. And you said the next morning how tired you were. It was a daunting task, but it was very, very rewarding for me. And I'm glad I got to do it. And I want to thank everybody for letting me do it, especially Lisa Breen. She let me sit in for her. But thank you all for letting me be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, added a lot of unique perspective because most of us have, been in this town for a while, and you kind of opened our eyes and pointed out some really nice things that maybe we get nose blind to. So that was very enjoyable. And just to kind of give a quick rundown before we go into these finalists, the process is a little complicated. And what we do is we reach out to the schools, typically an administrator, usually the athletic director because it's so athletic based, give them the list of categories and ask for nominees. From those nominees, we will go in and nominate their finalists from each school. We'll go and interview the finalists from each school, and then we will all sit down and deliberate. I think we had over 70 nominees, Christy, does that sound right? 60 nominees between 5 schools, and we had to narrow it down to, 30 finalists.
Yes.
And some of them were very, very heated categories. All great nominees. I think every person left us wowed about something. And so being nominated by your school was a great accomplishment. And here are the finalists.
Well, before we start that, something really more important, not more important, but as important. So who won the game last night? River Valley.
Hey.
Good job.
Both teams, right?
I think the girls.
Yeah, they both
baseball and softball.
Yes.
Softball. Yes.
Yeah. Congratulations, and both teams are well represented on this list. No coincidence there. Really did a great job.
Yep.
I actually heard that it was a really good game.
The boys' game was really good. I didn't get to stay for the whole thing, but it went back and forth the whole time, and a lot of good plays. These kids are impressive. I mean, high schoolers, and they got some bright futures. So I was glad I got to be a part of it, go out and see it. So
very cool.
Want to see the next one. I don't know. Do we know a schedule for the next?
I think they play in Phoenix on Saturday. Phoenix? Is it Saturday, Phoenix, Christy?
What'd you say?
Saturday, Phoenix? Saturday, Phoenix. I think she's louder without a microphone than we are.
She might be.
Say good morning.
It's probably fun to see those kids in their athletic light because you've only seen them as kids.
As kids, right.
Yeah. You're like, how's that same kid out there, hitting home runs and
I tell you, it was
his
impressive.
hair blown in the wind.
Yeah, there was a lot of long hair. It reminded me of my teenage days.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Oh, yeah.
That generation in between didn't do that. But,
no, I was in between. We were not.
Yeah,
So
I had a mullet, so I'm not going to lie.
Listen, it's coming back. So.
I know it doesn't look like it now, but I did have one.
All right.
Well,
Boss, you want to open this thing off?
Absolutely.
We'll go right in order here. Another great category, male student athlete. This is one of the categories that we sponsor. And, Christy, I don't know if you have access to all the sponsors. I'd be happy to announce them as well. But male student athlete is one of the ones we sponsor. And, again, man, great athletes up and down the river here. And these are our finalists.
All right, starting out with male student athlete. Our nominations are first Colin Smith from Needles. We got Gavin Hogenkamp from River Valley and Tyson Banks from Malk.
All great athletes, and I think all multi-sport athletes too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Boss, I know I'm going to get in trouble. I'm taking my name badge off. He's getting snagged in the wire. It's driving me crazy.
Let's talk afterwards, okay? Come see me in my office.
Yeah, I'll be in your office later. A great group of kids. Really fun to interview them. And I'll tell you, one thing I appreciate is the interviews. These kids were outgoing, funny. They had a good sense of humor.
They presented themselves well. As young adults.
I think they all wore hats.
Most of them did. Most of the guys did.
Yeah, sure. I think they all wore hats.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Awesome.
So our second category, also one that Finley sponsors, is female student athlete, and I'll tell you, this was a great group too.
It was.
Really a different group. I mean, wildly different. We'll start with the freshman sensation, Tanner Banks from Mojave Accelerated, Karina Pulu from River Valley, who just won their playoff game.
Yep.
And Riley Willis from Needles, I believe multi-sport athlete, basketball player. A lot of fun, and it's really cool to see. We met Pulu, I think Christy knew her before, as a freshman or sophomore athlete of the week winner. And now she is a senior moving on, and now we're meeting Tanner Banks, who is a freshman athlete of the week winner that we'll probably see for the next 4 years. So really fun
awesome.
to see, and congratulations, ladies. Very, very fun. Can't wait to see you at the awards.
Yep, congratulations. Great job. All right, our next category, male scholar athlete. Chad Hunter Jr., with River Valley. Bryce Merrigan with Mount. And Reed Moran, with Mount. I need to put my glasses on probably. I can't see.
Well, you got glasses glare. You got to see without them.
Christy
so.
didn't give me big enough letters. So
So
I'm leaving it on her.
what's the phone with the big old letters? We need
That's
we
what
need
I
that
need.
for papers. So
That's what I need.
great group of guys there. And honestly, as a guy who was not a scholar athlete, man,
You wasn't?
some high GPAs. I was not.
I thought you were. Really thought you were. You
Yeah,
could've
no.
been.
I was the guy wearing the hat who wanted to win Athlete of the Year.
Okay.
So
That's all right.
great job, guys, and female scholar athlete again. Super competitive, and I just can't reiterate. These are the finalists. I think every single one was a 4.0-ish,
Right.
taking college credits. Almost all of them were involved in other groups in their schools. Really, really a great group. So I'm going to butcher this poor young lady's name. Jessica. Do we know how to say Jessica's last name, Christy?
Kalatian?
Kalatsian
that
from
right?
Malk.
All right.
Great job. Ms. Tegan Jones from Needles and Kylie Eldridge from Malk are our finalists for Female Scholar Athlete. Congratulations.
Congratulations, ladies.
You should have got your invitations dropped off to your school yesterday, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Sure do. All right, next category, Coach of the Year. This is a great category. These all these interviewed very well. Again, this has been really tough. I know for me being the first year, everyone is deserving of this award. But
These people are the ones who are shaping the athletes.
Yes.
And so how do you narrow that down?
it's tough, no doubt. First one, Leah Roeder from Laughlin. You got Adrian Chavez from Needles, and Shonda Weiler from Malk.
Yeah.
Great job. Congratulations.
I just think of the ones that aren't on that list,
Right.
how good it was, So
right.
congratulations to those three being the finalists. You guys, and again, I'll reiterate that, we have a committee of 7 people. We vote, take the vote, have an odd number for a reason, and I'll tell you, a lot of times it's pretty heated.
Yes. It got heated a little bit.
Oh
yep.
man, I really liked
Some of
this about this person. You're like, yeah, but I really like this about this person. And so we just, go back and forth. And again, everyone who was a finalist was spectacular, and the schools did a great job nominating everybody.
Sure did.
Also, I'll throw in that Laughlin and Needles are involved for the first time this year, and they did a great job.
They did a great job.
Yeah.
Great presentation. The coaches, the athletes, all of them did great.
Absolutely.
And they were excited about it, which was good. I like to see that. I mean, I think they wanted it as much as we wanted to be there with them. So
yeah,
really good.
and I think they'll represent their schools really well at the awards. So
Sure will.
very excited to expand into the rest of the area. So next up, Educator of the Year. So this is the only category that's a little deep, and it's probably deserving. It's Educator of the Year. Man, we're talking tons of teachers, tons of great people, tons of things there. So we will start with Miss Andrea Wang from Laughlin.
Great lady.
Mr. David Roker from Mojave Accelerated, Mike Jackson from River Valley, who's I feel like he's a nominee for something every year.
Well deserving.
And Brian Crabtree from Laughlin. So again, a great group.
Candidate.
We got a, and I don't think I can't recall if Needles had a educator nominee, but they.
I don't recall that either. I don't think they did.
Yeah, but
I think you're right.
they gave us a break if they didn't, because it was competitive.
It was very competitive. All righty. Moving right along. The next one, Community Youth Organization of the Year. First nominee, Bullhead City Little League. You got Insanity Softball and AYSO, which is American Youth Soccer Organization.
Boy,
Is that
I
right?
hope so. I've always just called it AYSO and knew that was soccer.
I think it's.
When I coached youth football, we go down there and we take up, one field. We have about 100 kids. And then you look over, and AYSO would have 8 fields full of kids. And so they've done a great job for a long time. I believe Sandy Softball was nominated last year. And then Bullhead City Little League is where old Shane played his baseball.
Wow.
A little soft spot there.
Nice. Well, it started with your athlete of the year there, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Soccer's really taken on, hasn't it? I mean, I don't know about you growing up, but they didn't. I mean, in the South, they didn't know what soccer was.
So I grew up in Western Pennsylvania. We had our first soccer team ever when I was there as a kid in the late 80s. And it was thin, and I don't remember it being very popular. So I played a couple of years and was like, all right. So anyway, what about these other sports? So and to see how big it is out here. And honestly, both of our school soccer teams are very good. So it's
very
it's
good. I haven't
cool.
got a chance to watch him yet, so I'll try to get out and watch him.
We went out, I like telling football stories. We went out to watch some of the guys who played football play on soccer. They play both sports.
Right.
And so I had myself, my son, a couple of the other guys. Well, apparently football guys are a little rowdier than the soccer crowd. We're screaming in that big field house echoing, we're going, yeah, here. You just hear the whole place is looking at us like we're crazy. So
that's awesome.
I think next time we go to the soccer, we'll have to sit in the top and mind our business. So
I doubt it.
no, probably
That sounds
not.
like a good
Not my
plan,
style.
but,
So the next one is School Organization of the Year, and this is great too. We had so many nominees, and this is tough because, organization, what they do, who's in the group, who leads the group. I mean, so many factors go into it, and we do consider as much as we can, including an interview. And some of these guys were really fun to interview. Mojave High School ROTC is a finalist. Key Club Mauk is a finalist, and Skills USA from River Valley, which I believe is Mr. Jackson, is again a finalist. We should have just got a Mr. Jackson stamp here over the years. We could have saved some time. So great job, everyone. We look forward to seeing it. And I will say, too, also, the groups who have larger things or the teams, if you'd like to buy extra tickets, contact us. We'll be happy to help you get extra tickets. And it comes with a nice dinner, things like that. And sometimes we even have some extra seats, like if we don't fill all of our seats for Finley. But if you want to buy up some extra seats so you can get everybody there, that would be great. So,
all righty. Moving on. Leadership of the Year. So we got Bryce Merrigan from Mauk. We got Zane Gledhill Rabin from Mauk and Emma Howe from Mauk.
Man, that's a Mauk category, huh? What the heck? Great job, everybody there. So Christy just dropped me off something. I do want to make a mention because the sponsors make this all happen. We can do a lot of it. We can't do all of it. So
Absolutely.
What'd you give me here? Is this the same thing? So I just want to go over the sponsor list real quick. The sponsor for the School Student Organization of the Year is the Legacy Foundation. Obviously, the Legacy Foundation is fantastic. They're huge. They do so much in this community, and we're happy to have them be a part of it and sponsor in such a great category. Team of the Year, sponsored by Mojave Community College. Mojave Community College, obviously, a lot of these kids are going to end up spending some time there if they haven't already taken these dual enrollment classes. So very excited, and they are expanding into their sports world. They're starting up their soccer team any day now. I think are they practicing already?
Yeah, they're in it.
Yeah, so that's super cool. Educator of the Year is Tri-State Hero. Got a little bug. No charge for the little bug.
It's your pet.
Man, what is this thing doing? He's aggressive.
Went for a walk, yeah. Can't get rid of him.
He's like too small. I can't squish him, Anyway, Educator of the Year, Tri-State AC Hero. Great group of guys down there, and a great category. This is your buddy.
Yep.
Coach of the Year.
Anderson Ford.
Oh, I wasn't sure if I was allowed to say it.
Dropping an F-bomb on the...
We're just kidding, Bill.
Kidding. Bill.
Yeah, Bill does a great job,
He does.
and they are a great community supporter, and we're happy to have them involved as well. So,
thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. The Leadership Award presented by Dot Foods. I feel like that's a great one. They've been a leader since they got into town with the things they've been involved in and how they've supported everybody. Lifetime Achievement Award, Farm Bureau Financial Services. Carrie Faring, and I will tell you, Carrie Faring, she spent a lot of her own time coming out and doing all this stuff, and now she's doing her own thing, and so she really, it's hard to sacrifice the time, and it's really cool that these guys do this. So
I heard they say dynamite comes in small packages. I'll tell you, that young lady, she gets she's got her opinion, and I really appreciate we had the conversations with when we were doing our
I thought you were just
nominations.
making a short joke at her.
No, not at all.
Tony would
well,
never
maybe
do
a
that.
little
I
bit.
would do that, but yes.
No, not at all.
Poor Carrie couldn't
Nope.
eat a donut in the morning
She's
without me
awesome.
giving her a hard time.
Right.
So.
No, she's a
Don't
great
mind
lady.
me.
I enjoyed everybody there. She did a great job.
Absolutely. So, female scholar athlete presented by Fontenot Law, Danielle Fontenot. We know how much we appreciate someone who's organized on the computer, all that stuff, and she did so much for this thing. So,
She really did.
I'm super appreciative of that. Male scholar athlete, Southwest Gas. A couple years ago, they came on, and I hope they can make it to the award show because they were a lot of fun to have, and they announced their winner, and they made a nice speech, and we really appreciate you guys. It was a lot of fun, and hope to see you there.
Look forward to seeing you. Yep.
I'll let you do this one. I don't know about these guys.
I'll tell you, Male Athlete of the Year, sponsored by none other but us, Finley, Buick,
Let's
GMC,
go.
Chevy. All right. Thank you,
Maybe
team.
we should
Great
break it
job.
up and do like Buick sponsors this one, Chevy sponsors this one,
Something to think about. Absolutely.
spread it
I
out
like
a little
that.
bit.
Yeah, I like that idea. All right, you do the next one.
All right, Female
Those guys.
Athlete of the Year presented by the great Finley, Chevy, Buick, and GMC. So we want to get those sponsors announced before we wrap this up. We still have one of the biggest categories, and boss, I'll let you do this one.
All right.
And again, man, teams were tough because you have different sports, different schools, different criteria. I mean, how do you compare a basketball player and a wrestler? I mean, there's just so much involved, and it was very tough. But the best part is that everyone was great, and everyone did a really nice job and was deserving to be nominated. So, our team of the year.
I agree. They great bunch of young men and women, and it was very impressive to listen to all of them. They're all very prepared for the future, and thank you to the coaches for that. Team of the year nominations: River Valley Baseball. Then you got Needles Softball and Malk Softball. So congratulations. Great
Yeah,
job,
no
everyone.
coincidence they're all still playing, right?
They're all still playing. Right. we did good on that. Ooh, yeah. That was a big discussion we had. So that's good that they are.
And I believe Malk Softball won huge, and they're playing on the road this week. River Valley Baseball played a great game,
It was a
and
good game.
Needle Softball is wrapping up theirs, and I think they're going to end up being a 1 seed in there. So a
Nice.
really great group. We
Really
look
good.
forward to it. We hope that everyone can make it on the 17th. Nice prime rib dinner.
Yeah.
That was my choice. I said, listen, I'll do this, but I need prime rib.
So let's talk real. Yeah, you need prime rib. All right. I agree with you. Prime
Says
rib's
the guy who
always
eats
good. Yeah.
Says the guy who eats pizza half the week. So.
Let's talk a little bit before we wrap this up. I just, me more than anything, and just a few people maybe out there, just to understand what we're doing. TRACES is it stands for Tri-State Athletics Community and Education Stars. So
Tony sits on the board of Traces, and obviously is a big driver behind the Aces. Being, Finley is a huge sponsor of that. So.
big sponsor, and glad to do it. It's been very rewarding. This is just came up on my year of being here with you fine folks.
When was your official date?
I want to say I was looking about the other day. I think it's April 14th.
Yeah.
It had to be. It was mid-month. I think it was April 14th was my year, and just after I got here, then I found out a little bit about this and still learning about it. I mean, it's a big deal. It's growing every year. The ACES Awards that we're going to have, that stands for Athletics, Community, and Education Stars. So, as Shane and I were discussing before the show, the Traces is a nonprofit organization with ACES being the arm of that, and we get scholarships for students to play their sports because it gets expensive nowadays. I mean, it's costly, and some of the parents may or may not struggle to get that, and we do that. We're there to help them to hopefully they can still play sports. Sports is a huge part of growing up, a huge part of learning responsibilities, learning discipline, things like that. So we're great. We're very appreciative to be a part of that, and that's what these organizations do.
You know, I was really fascinated to see that so many people who were even up for scholar athlete, how important sports were to their life and getting. I mean, some of them in terms of maybe breaking out of the shell and making their friends, or finding their confidence, or being something that they were so passionate about that it drove their schoolwork, or whatever the case was. And you know, to think that some kids may not be able to participate because of the financial aspect is so cool that Traces is out there to do that. So you can go to the Traces website if you or your organization or whatever else needs a little bit of help. And it'll go to the team, the committee. They'll discuss whatever the situation is and do what they can to help, as long as it fits within the criteria of what the nonprofit bylaws say. And we try to help everybody as much as we can.
Do as much as we can, for sure. I mean, we can't always help everyone, but we do help quite a bit. I mean, Larry does a great job bringing it to us, and then we all sit down and talk about it, and then we decide, you know, how much we can do and what we can do. So
yeah, I think you said did 30-something plus sponsorships for Little Leagues this year.
Yes.
You know, I know that they helped some BMX kids get some things going.
Yep.
And we want to keep that whole thing flowing, and especially as things get tough for people. You know, I think we all feel a little bit of the pinch these days, and you know, to see, you know, we come across kind of the personal side of it where you meet the single parent who's trying to get their kid involved and they need some help or some time or whatever it is, and you don't want that. You know, some of those entry fees get up there real quick. So
sure does. Entry fees, travel. I mean, especially some of these people doing some travel ball, but it gets so expensive, and they're gone somewhere every weekend. So I have a lot of respect for the parents trying to do it, and the kids too being involved. You know,
I just told my son we're going to travel all the way down to the park, and you can play there.
And be appreciative of it.
Yeah, and then you're going to like it. You can pretend you're somewhere else if you want. So,
Right.
And I also mentioned that you know, a lot of these sponsorships go back to that. First and foremost, we want to make sure it pays for the event, and then that money will go back into Aces Traces, and so does our golf tournament. We will always accept just general donations, things like that. But that golf tournament, and we all know, we just had it. I mean, that's a whole other job in itself, getting that thing going. Gary does a great job. Christy does a great job. Everybody on that committee. And Lisa, never heard of her. Lisa's left me too many times, Christy.
Well, she's coming back. She's coming back. Yeah. I told her she was. She has no choice.
She's just on break.
Yeah, it's just on break. It's just a hiatus.
A couple-year break is no big deal.
In a couple of years.
So, guys, we appreciate it. Man, share this. Get it out there. Congratulations to everyone. And, again, this is the finalists of the 60-plus nominations we got. And I'll tell you, every single one was fantastic.
Sure was.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I mean, the experience for me, I mean, you know, try to put off that big tough guy, and I know you do too, that impression, but, you know, I cried a couple of times. I had some tears, and, you know, talking to some of these kids and the things they go through. And the one thing I noticed with all of them, I wanted to say, is that their focus was on academics. You know, they knew that they had to keep their grades up or they wouldn't play in. And that's kudos to the coaches and the teachers letting them know that. So that was great. But every one of them said, you know, they get the work done in their free time, which is either right after school or before practice, and they work hard. They put in a lot of hours. I mean, they put in more hours than you do.
Man, yeah, they do. These guys are never stopping. You know, the one kid talking about spending time on their laptop on a 5-hour bus ride is a great time to get stuff done. And in my head, I just kept thinking, I guarantee you I'd get car sick. Like, I'd be sitting there barreled over, then go try and play a basketball game or whatever, you know. So a lot of fun. Guys, if you have any questions, leave a comment, go to the website, whatever you need. We will try to accommodate. And that event is coming up fast. So, and I'll let you know, semi-formal, you know, don't dress like your favorite influencer. Dress like, you know, your favorite business professional.
Dress to impress, right?
Absolutely.
May 17th, doors open at 5:15. So let's have some great participation, and look forward to seeing everybody. And congratulations to all the nominees. Great job.
Absolutely. Congratulations, everybody. We'll see you there.
See you there. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely.